I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off of this one right now, right here, which is we are now reconciling. We are now in the point in our relationship that, yeah, we still want to try and fix it.
So basically the rundown is this woman got online and made like a 30+ part series telling the world about how incredibly abusive her husband was in every way, shape, or form. It was an arranged marriage. 6 months into the marriage, he was being physically abusive. He was being emotionally abusive. He was being controlling. I mean, so controlling down to telling her how much matcha she was allowed to drink. He was being manipulative. He was cheating. He was lying. He had lied about his age. He had lied about previous relationships. He had potentially still been in one of those previous relationships when they first met, and there was potentially some overlap there where he was messing with them both at the same time. And people were in the comment section saying that in one of the videos in her 30-part series, she went on to accuse him of cheating on her with an 18-year-old, and she also accused him of talking to that 18-year-old since she was a minor. She gets up here, she makes this multi-part series. She claims that she's making the series because she wants to help women who are potentially in the same situation as her, and then all of a sudden she disappears for 3 weeks. Honestly, a lot of people thought that he had took her out. Then she comes back, she deletes the entire series, and she follows up with that video that I showed you at the beginning of her saying that they are now reconciling. So it's like, obviously people weren't super excited and jumping for joy over the fact that she was getting back with her abusive husband, who she got up here and told us beat her up on more than one occasion, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, of course, a tale as old as time, she got up here and she got mad at the people in the comment section who were just concerned for her and worried for her, and she responded with this. The comments on here are so unnecessary. People do change. Marriage is not easy. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because of the time and effort being put into this to overcome a lot of our issues. This didn't happen in a matter of a week. Abuse is never okay, and I'm aware of that. We are in marriage counseling. He promised and apologized to me and our families. This is something that he will never do to me again. A lot of men don't put aside their ego to better themselves, let alone their marriages. I'm not going to explain myself any further. So obviously this response rubbed people the wrong way, because it's like, why do y'all always get up here and be rude and mean to the only people who seem to actually genuinely give a fuck about you and your well-being? Because I'm so sorry, if your friends and family are supporting you getting back with an abusive husband who within 6 months of the marriage started physically and emotionally abusing you and also cheating on you, they don't care. I will hold your hand. I will hold your hand and be supportive while you process that, but you need to process that. She ended up turning the comments off on the video that I showed you at the beginning, because obviously everybody in the comment section was not in support of her getting back with her husband. And then people in the comment section of other videos went on to say that she actually went on to claim that the whole story about him cheating with an 18-year-old and allegedly talking to the 18-year-old since she was a minor was all just made up. It's actually all the 18-year-old's fault, and she's just lying and telling stories. All right now, ma'am, you're teetering on the edge of becoming a danger yourself. Like, I understand, as somebody who grew up in a household where my mom was a continuous, repetitive victim of domestic violence from multiple different men, I understand the statistics, I understand the effects on one's mental health, I understand how it can warp one's mind, I understand that it can take 7+ times for a domestic violence victim to successfully leave, and I always understand that it's always the most dangerous time when a domestic violence victim leaves. I understand all of that, all right? It's not lost on me. However, we also need to acknowledge the fact that there comes a certain point in time where you not only become a victim, but you also start to become somewhat of a perpetrator. Because it's one thing for you to stay in the relationship and continue to subject yourself to the abuse that this person has continued to show you that they're going to thrust upon you, but it's another thing to start helping them make justifications and excuses for the abuse that they have inflicted on others. But she ain't going nowhere. They're going to marriage counseling. Best of luck to you, girl. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. The way you described him and his family, you can't convince me that they do not believe that you have brought dishonor amongst the family. You can't convince me that they're just going to easily move past the fact that you posted a 30-part series exposing and embarrassing their son. Please be very careful.